Well, hey crafty friends, it's Heidi Scott with DIY Dreaming, and on this video I am going to talk a little bit about personal style and what mine is and what yours might be. We're going to do a project and then I'm going to show you a whole bunch of stuff. Or maybe we'll do it in a different order. Anyways, as you are hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle all that good stuff. And you know what, maybe let's start with some of the projects. Okay, so my personal style, for clothing it's usually kind of bright or lots of navy blue or black. But for my house, it's usually pretty neutral with maybe a little pop of color here and there. And when I say neutral, it's mostly cream and light tan. Okay, so I was just looking through my closet of projects and I pulled out a couple of things to show you. This is a project from quite a while ago and it has those flowers that I love so much. But the thing about this project that I want to point out is that say you love teal and purple or you like black and white. I mean, almost all of these projects that I have done here on DIY Dreaming can be made in your style and your colors. So this was the first thing I wanted to show you. Then I wanted to show you this. Okay, this was an arrangement that we made before Christmas. It's still sitting on my shelf. And this is totally my style again. We made these ornaments with this Dollar Tree rope and vintage buttons and lace. And then I made some of these cute little acorns using glitter, which I love, silver glitter, little cream colored pom-poms. And then this was another ornament that I made that I put in this dough bowl with tan rope and the buttons. So this idea here could be totally made over in your style and your colors and what would go in your decor. So I guess I get a lot of comments about how neutral my projects are, and I just wanted to put that in your mind that you can take something you learned, like how to make one of these ornaments, and completely convert it into your style and your colors. Okay, so this dough bowl, I am going to make it over. Not today, but sometime in the very near future. And I'm going to do some decoupaged eggs. To add in, I'll take out the wintry fluff. And probably I'll take out the glittered pine cones also. I may just start completely from scratch. But this has a beautiful spot on my bookshelves. And I want to make it neutral for Easter. So that was one thing I wanted to tell you about. But again, you could do it in your style and your colors. Here was a mason jar project that we did with some of those Dollar Tree tin adhesive wall tiles. And I did this super neutral. These are like the flowers that we used yesterday. But suppose you like brighter colors. This is also a Dollar Tree wall tile that is done in bright colors. So if you loved this idea of a mason jar, you could totally do it in your colors and your style. All right, I have some other stuff out here to show you. And then I have a bunch of stuff piled up right here to show you. Okay, this was probably one of my all-time favorite projects. It's a Dollar Tree wreath form with some Dollar Tree burlap ribbon wrapped around it. This is that Dollar Tree rope that I braided and glued on there. There's some of those flowers that I love so much. And this is 1,000,000% me. But if it isn't you, you could take this idea of braiding some rope or ribbon or cording or whatever you like and do this project in your style. Here is another thing. This was another one of the Dollar Tree self-adhesive tiles with Amazing Grace, and I made it to look like a church and I did it cream and brown, big surprise, right? But you could do this in your colors and your style. So, okay, so let me show you some of the other stuff. I was looking at some of my garlands for my fireplace today because I just took down the one that I made for Valentine's Day. And this was one thing that I dug up. Again, it's those little Dollar Tree ball tiles, those super neutral flowers. This is quilt batting. This is that cream and kind of a caramel colored ticking fabric. I made flowers, but this is a project that you could do with any fabric that you like in any color to go in your style. So I hope what you're starting to see is that, you know, if you're not a cream and light gray and, you know, super neutral person, you can still take the projects that I do here and do them, but do them in your own style. This is the banner that I ended up putting up on my fireplace. This is one of my all-time favorite projects. I might dig out this video and replay it tonight because it really is a favorite. This is quilt batting and quilt batting flowers and canvas duck and canvas duck gold rosettes and vintage buttons and a little bit of lace. And but this project could be done in your style and your colors. Okay, let me show you my pillows. This is what I currently have out, and I do have a lot of pillows out. I have 2 on the fireplace hearth, and then I have a few on my sofa. Okay, this is one we made a little while ago. It is these fun little bunnies with little tail, but it was done in my super neutral colors. And this stencil right here, by the way, if you're watching this live and it's March, what is today, the 2nd or 3rd of 2023, this adorable bunny pattern stencil is out of stock right now, but it should be coming back in. So, okay, this is the pillow that we made yesterday. Again, super neutral, but it is seasonal, and it has that new little hair and roses stencil, which is so beautiful, and then some of those super neutral flowers that I love from Dollar Tree, and I did the whole thing in copper ink. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough room. This was a project that we did a while ago, or maybe it was just last week, where I showed you how to make these pillow wraps. And we painted them, and totally, it says he is risen for Easter. Totally my colors, super neutral, all of that. And on the back of that pillow case or pillow cover is a project that I did for winter, which is a snowflake made out of the buttons that I love so dearly. This is another pillow that I have sitting on my sofa. It's one of those lumber pillows, and you know, almost everything that I've shown you has a component of magnolia in it. So I could take a really whimsical stencil like the bunny pattern and create a project that would go in my more neutral decor. So if you want to be looking for any of the things that you've just seen, my website is magnoliadiy.com, and you can go there to look. And then I'll just show you a couple more things. Super neutral, totally me. Oh, I got these out. Super neutral, totally me, but this idea for flowers could be done in any colors you could think of. So, since we've been talking about super neutral, you know what you need to do is just, if you don't know exactly what your preferred personal style is, just start paying attention to what are the things that you are drawn to. I like to look at Pinterest, and I will find that I am drawn to certain things, and that has helped me identify what my personal style is. So that's all about personal style, and I showed you a bunch of projects. And Magnolia has a couple new things that I want to show you that are me, 9,000,000%. Look at this. It's a creamy white. It's actually more of a white, although it is a little creamy, and then it has these wood beads in brown. Isn't that pretty? This is a 9 by 11 beaded frame, I think is what it's called. We're going to do this one today with this new stencil. We're going to do it in my colors. And here's another new piece that is also, this screams me 9,000,000% too. And, but I could use this surface and use a brighter colored chalk paste and totally make it look different. So let's do this, and I'm going to show you how I would do it for my house, because I want to put it in my bookshelves to replace something else. So I would do it in my style, but this would be beautiful to do in bright colors. You could do Just Breathe in black, then you could do your butterfly in yellow and black, you could do your flowers in bright colors with green leaves, absolutely whatever you want. Okay, let me grab a Sharpie. And this stencil, this Just Breathe stencil, is brand spanking new. I've never used it yet. So I'm gonna, oh my gosh, I need to find my black Sharpie, because this gold Sharpie does not work very well. Okay, so I always label the back so I know which side to put it back on. And I am going to fuzz this because it's brand new, and it's going onto a wood sign. I'm just pulling it off the backing sheet, and I'm laying it on my tacky towel. And this could be pretty on a t-shirt, a tote bag, a pillow. It could be pretty on like a pennant banner. You could use just little bits of it, just the flowers or just the butterfly or just the words. This is a stencil to me that would be usable all year long in a lot of different ways. And it's not explicitly faith or a Bible verse, but I was looking yesterday afternoon to see if there were any really interesting Bible verses about the word breath or breathe. And there are so many. And the thing that always comes into my mind is how God spoke the universe into existence with his breath. Oh my gosh, there's so many beautiful things in the Bible about breathing and how God breathed life into us. He is so good. Okay, I do want to mention one thing to you, and that is, this is a wood sign, right? And wood does something kind of funny with stencils and chalk paste. It can make it look really blurry because, and I know you're probably bored of hearing me say this if you've watched TLY Dreaming for any amount of time, but I want everyone to understand this. When you put a medium on a stencil on wood, whether it's plain, natural, painted or stained, the pores want to suck the chalk paste down into it and then spread it out, and it can look blurry. So you got to stop that. And one way to stop that from happening, to kind of seal off the surface, is to use a clear matte sealer spray. This is Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Clear Matte Clear Sealer Spray from Walmart. So it's raining in Atlanta today, so I stepped 1 foot out of my garage about a half an hour ago, and I gave this a quick spray. And I do want this to be pretty centered. I think this is going to be beautiful. I'm thinking that I'm going to put it in my bookshelves by my fireplace, and that it can stay there. It could stay there all year because it's not, you know, specific to any season. Got something in here. Okay, where am I filling that? Okay, so I'm gonna just smooth it on really good. And because I want this to kind of blend in to everything that I have going on my bookshelves, and I will take pictures probably sometime within the next week after I get this project made over to be Easter themed in my natural, neutral, cream and brown colors. Anyways, I'm going to use brown chalk paste. My other go-to would be to use gray. But I think for this I want to use the brown. It's called chocolate brown. And it's an awesome color. Looks very much like chocolate. And one tip that I have for you is don't use too much medium, and try to resist the urge to keep going over and over and over and over and over the same area. Because that is how you push too much medium under the stencil and then it gets blurry. So I'm just going to get my chalk paste on this area. This big, beautiful flower. Okay, and then I'm going to scrape the big clumps off. And I'm not going over and over and over it. Can you guys see what I'm doing? So it doesn't have any big, big globs on it. All right, let's do this other spot. Let's hit our little butterfly and then the words. I almost always pull too much chalk paste out of my jar. I don't know why I do that. But the thing is, if you have excess, you can put it right back into your pot and you would be surprised how little you actually use for your projects. So these jars of chalk paste last a really long time. Did I say any of my normal stuff at the beginning? Did I say, where are you watching from? Don't hesitate to ask questions. Feel free to sprinkle. If you want links for anything, or just to my website so that you can look at some of those projects that I showed earlier, or if there's a specific video that you would like to see, I would be glad to dig that out for you. Just let me know in the comments and I'll get it for you. Okay, so I'm gonna peek. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Oh my goodness, this stencil is amazing. Look at that. Wow. Absolutely stunning. Okay, let me throw this in my tub of water over here. I am going to be using that stencil. Hang on, I need a paper towel. I am going to be using this stencil for a lot more projects. You guys, look how beautiful that is. Look how detailed and realistic the flowers look. Just breathe. Tell me in the comments if you like this, if you think it's too boring. You know, in my decor, I do have a lot of cream, and then I have some kind of light blue and light green but I have a lot of texture. And so this adds texture and interest. Things like this add texture and interest. Things like this, they're very neutral, but they add texture and interest. So you can get away with having not a ton of bright colors everywhere, but still have your decor be interesting. Okay, I would really love to know, what are your colors? And do you have a specific way that you would describe your style? That's really fun for me to see. Mine is cream and tan with little bits of light blue and light green. I don't know. I would say my style is a little farmhouse classic, and that I have tons of faith accents throughout my house because that's completely my thing. So tell me what yours is. Alrighty, I am gonna go sit down and start looking at all your comments. I'll be glad to dig up some videos for you if there's a specific one that you wanted to see. I'm trying to think, which one was it that people were asking about? Oh, the braided this. This is one of my all-time highest viewed videos, especially on YouTube. And I love it. I don't have it hanging up anywhere right now, but I need to find a spot for it. So let me know if you want a video. Sprinkle, sprinkle, ask questions. Let me know if you want links. I will get pictures and I will put them here in these comments. I will also just put them on DIY Dreaming. Do a this or a this. That's a heart. Or say something to me here if you want Facebook to ever show me to you again. I'm being serious, but I'm also teasing a little bit. But Facebook is going through something different where they're not showing my videos or projects to hardly anyone these days. Like there's 220,000 people that follow this page, and any video that I do seems to be shown to maybe, and when I say shown, it's just coming past these people's feeds, maybe 2,000 or 3,000. So if you want to improve your odds that it'll come across your Facebook feed, do a this or a heart, or say something to me in the comments. Make sure that you've liked and followed it. DIY Dreaming. Thank you so much for the stars. I really, really appreciate that. And anyways, I am in love with this. And it is so super simple. This is an awesome surface. Okie dokie. Thanks for watching. I will be back with photos and more pictures of different craft ideas. And if you want the videos or links, just let me know. Okay, bye everyone.